So I thought this evening I would talk about one of my philosophies in life, which is slow and steady wins the race. I'm a big believer in this, and I've believed in it my entire life. It's always good to do things very slow and think about them and get them done right the first time. And you can use this in all aspects of life, whether it's exercise or work or art, whatever. Slow and steady always wins the race. Shortcuts never do. And so I was thinking about this, and I unconsciously realized that Meyochi is all based on this philosophy of slow and steady wins the race. You know, my 4 pillars of Meyochi are flexibility, proper nutrition, stress reduction, and exercise of any kind. And all of those you cannot take shortcuts on. And if you do those 4 pillars for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, your body and your life and your outlook on life are going to be so much better. They're going to benefit from this. So I just thought I'd kind of like go through the 4 of them. Flexibility. Flexibility. You've got, if you want to remain active as you get older, 30, 40, 50 years from now, you've got to be flexible. If not, you're going to have injuries. So you've got to remain flexible and do my Meyochi stretching exercises, and that'll help. Proper nutrition. You've got to eat right. There are no such thing as fad diets. Fad diets are a fast way of losing the race, right? That's a shortcut. So throw those fad diets out, and you want to go with the proper nutrition of least processed foods as possible, intact grains, fruits, vegetables, greens, beans, lentils, chickpeas, all those kind of things. And you have to make this a lifestyle change and eat those least processed foods as possible. And what will happen? Over a 20, 30, 40, 50-year time span, your body is going to react to that food so much more with the antioxidants and the phytonutrients than fad diets or fast food diets will. And I know it takes a little bit longer to prepare, but it's really, really good for you. And if you do it over day on, day out, week after week, month after month, year after year, your body is going to thank you, and you're going to be much, much healthier. You're going to save money because you're going to have less doctor bills and less doctor visits, and maybe even save yourself from going to the emergency room. So think of it as slow and steady wins the race, and you have to go through your proper nutrition for the rest of your life, but your body's going to thank you in the future. The third one, stress reduction. There's many studies out there that show that if you reduce your stress, then you will live a longer life. So you've got to make the right choices to reduce your stress and make it a habit to reduce your stress. You know, come out during these sunsets and sunrises with me and watch them on YouTube and do my stretching exercises, and your stress levels will reduce. And then finally, exercise of any kind. We've got to stay active throughout our life. So you've got to remain active, whether it's walking or playing tennis or golf or swimming or surfing or stand-up paddleboarding. You've got to remain active. And I also thought about it. I've been surfing now for over 40 plus years. And when I first started as a kid, people were like, you know, when are you going to grow up? And, you know, you need to get a real job. And, you know, when are you going to become part of society, and so on and so forth. And so I realized that, you know, I'm just exercising and having a good time surfing. But now that I'm 55 years old, or 54 years old, soon to be 55, and I've surfed all these years, I've realized how much surfing has benefited me and my health and my lifestyle, my stress, everything. And I thank all of that to surfing, because I would not be in the shape that I'm in today without surfing. I would not be eating the proper foods without surfing. I wouldn't be flexible if it wasn't for surfing. Surfing has been a healthy thing for me, and I never realized that till about 5 years ago. That has greatly benefited me doing it for the last 40 years, which is slow and steady wins the race. So then I was thinking about it. I was like, if you follow my 4 pillars of Meyochi, and we fast forward into the future 20 years, so we've now gone into the future, took a time machine, it's 20 years later, and you've been doing my 4 pillars of Meyochi this whole time, just like me looking back at my surfing for 40 years, you would look back and you would realize how much your body and your mind has benefited from doing those 4 pillars of flexibility, proper nutrition, stress reduction, and exercise of any kind. And you're going to go back and just go, wow, I am so thankful that I kept up with this over the years. So I want you to join me for the next 30, 40, 50 years, and we're going to do this Meyochi together. And we're going to look at this 20, 30, 40 years from now and realize how well it benefited your body. So as I always say, you know, slow and steady wins the race, and join me in this adventure. So it's dark out, and so I don't think I can do an exercise like I always do in the mornings, but you know what my exercise is going to be today? I've got to haul all my camera equipment to my car through this marsh. So I'm going for a hike with all my camera equipment. And I see you.